Washington Post announces mass layoffs, eliminating its sports department. Whew, it's the death rattle of the legacy media. It continues on and on. Let's see this. Should we play this special report from Brett Baer?
Love it.
Oh,
It's muted.
Whoopsie.
Trying to fix that 1 second.
Oh, here we come.
Is laying off Washington Post
Brett
is
Baer
laying off one-third of its staff in the newsroom and other departments. The Post began implementing large-scale cutbacks today. It is eliminating its sports department and shrinking the number of journalists it stations overseas. Executive editor Matt Murray says the cuts will be a shock to the system, but that the goal is to create an organization that can grow and thrive again.
I like Brett Baer, but he does not look like he enjoys comedy. That's
It's
all I'm
because he's
saying.
had so much Botox, he doesn't emote
Yeah.
from his face at all.
He's like unbelievably
Wait, what?
serious. But I mean, okay, shocker. The mainstream media is dying.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Inevitable. Yeah. This is since 2006. I've seen it coming. I'm surprised the Washington Post is still an organization at all. Same with New York Times. Like, what does anyone read articles other than like this niche?
Me right
you know?
now
Yeah, exactly.
for this show.
But have you read articles since you've been hosting, like in the last month?
Have I read articles? Of course I've read articles, Ian.
I asked the wrong person.
But what they're doing, what they're starting to do, and you're starting to see the new tactics with various outlets, they're getting into podcasting. I know CNN, I'm forgetting her name, but they had that podcaster on for a while. She interviewed Tim Dillon. She interviewed Whitney, I think. A couple,
Cummings?
yeah,
Whitney Houston?
Yeah, Whitney.
Yes, from the
grave.
bathtub.
That would have. I had paid attention. But they are they're starting to mimic the independent media space, like with the podcast and stuff. And the left constantly talks about we need the left Joe Rogan, right? Like because they know
You had the left Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
It was Joe Rogan.
It
Yeah.
was Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I don't think this is like the legacy media dying. If you look at what they're cutting their sports coverage, they're cutting some of their local coverage, but they're keeping the core reason why Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post, which is this is the paper that politicians are looking at. This is like the main thing in DC. Again, like we said, unless you're Trump, who's obsessed with the New York Times, but like for regular, ordinary politicians, this is their thing. So what they're cutting is like their Olympic coverage. Like he said, they're not sending journalists overseas to the Winter Olympics. They're cutting the sports division. And part of the reason they're doing this is because they lost like 250,000 subscribers by not running an op-ed endorsing Kamala Harris last year. Because
Really?
all these lefties are sad about it. So in order to get back at the company, they quit their subscriptions and now they fired their sportscasters. You know, great impact right there by these wonderful individuals.
More than 300 journalists across the newsroom were impacted, with the local and international desks targeted in addition to the sports section, according to reports. Just a handful of the sports team's 45 staffers survived the culling and were set to be reassigned around the organization. Or maybe they could just empty it out and make it an Amazon warehouse.
But I mean, to your point though, Sean, yeah, the WaPo is important spin machine for a billionaire. I mean, that's essentially what it is at this point.
Yeah, he was the guy. Bezos was the guy who said we're not running a Kamala Harris ad. I think the
Wow.
executive team wanted to, and Bezos put
Yeah, the
this
editorial.
smack down.
Bezos W.
But like, you know, there's also like modernization that's going on here. Like Jeff Bezos, I mean, he set up Amazon. It's one of the most efficient companies there is. Like nobody is getting their sports news from a newspaper. Like that's not happening. Like we're not doing that from ESPN anymore. Like people go online, look up the scores really quickly. You can even get little video highlights instantly, like on the internet. So like this, a lot of this is also modernization. Like there's no need to have a bunch of this stuff out here. Also, like the international people that were covering sports, they're going to cover the Winter Olympics. Like who watches that? Like
Figure skating?
the Greeks didn't do sports in the winter. You think they played ice hockey?
We need another Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan situation to up these views on,
So
on the
strange.
Winter Olympics.
I do think
they should make her the commissioner of figure skating.
I do think like the interest in general in sports is like waning. You know, I think like the getting involved in the politics has really hurt them. Also, this poly market stuff, like the betting on it, like I think it's destroyed it. I think, you know, after the FBI story, I think a lot of people are looking at sports as like it's all rigged.
Oh,
like
you mean
can't believe anything in it.
Betting on sports via Polymarket? Is that
Yeah,
what's
so
happening?
like, you know, like if you have like they're doing all these micro bets, so it's like, you know, I can't even name a sports guy, but like Aaron Rodgers.
What's
I
a
think he still
micro
plays.
bet? A bet smaller than 3 inches?
Yeah, yes, and they're Asian, right?
Well, they
no.
busted Chauncey Billups, who was, I think he was the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, like in some kind of gambling scheme.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and so like, you know, someone can be like, hey, Aaron Rodgers is gonna like fumble 3 times this game or whatever, and then Aaron Rodgers knows that this is like, you know, these bets are happening. And Aaron, I'm not saying anything bad about him because he's great, but you know, he could be like, oh, I'm going to fumble 3 times and then that thing's going to come true. Remember the dildo story in the NBA? Remember it's like the odds are...
The WNBA.
Yeah, WNBA.
Oh.
Odds of like someone throwing a dildo on the court. It was like
and
what?
you
Yeah.
could bet on the color,
And
too.
they went
You
through
could bet
different
on the color?
colors.
So then
Yeah.
all someone had to do is just go throw the dildo.
Dude, it's so
True.
Kalshi or a Polymarket, any of these, they could say odds that Ian's going to say graphene tonight, and then I could go there, bet on it,
Exactly.
and then say it and
Yeah,
collect
exactly.
money. That's got to be a felony.
Well,
I mean, it's got to be. It's
No, it's not.
illegal.
It's not.
Bordering on like $1,000 if I make 1,000 or more in that.
Because it's,
Yeah.
it's
How is
technically
that?
not it's
There's
technically
somebody-
not betting. It's prediction markets.
Right, it's prediction.
But
right.
there's an example of this. Like there was somebody in the Trump team that was aware of the Maduro raid, and he put like $40,000 on Maduro being removed from power like the day before, and I believe they
Wow.
arrested that guy. So
Oh, fair.
Like,
But
you know,
I'm just saying,
he
like,
did win big though.
Yeah, I do think, but I think that's hurt sports though. Like the betting was already out of control, but like now that you have all these micro bets, like I really do think like people think sports are rigged, and that was the whole thing with Aaron Rodgers. Remember when he was saying like the colors, and he knew he was going to be in the Super Bowl? Like I think there's a growing. You remember this?
This
I
Aaron Rodgers being an idiot like that.
No,
that color,
I don't know. Did we fact check him? He might have been right. I don't
like
know.
that year where that theory really took off. It's the color theory that the logo of the Super Bowl, the colors of the teams will always match the logo. Therefore, the
Because
NFL
it's
is rigged.
rigged.
But with that, the year that
Scripted.
theory blew up, it was
Oh.
like 2 years ago. Like the incorrect team colors made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like
Right.
it was just a coincidence.
But to
because
think-
a lot of teams have like red in their color scheme, or it's like not that. It's
Right,
not
but
that
to
serious.
think like the betting markets don't affect the game has been disproven by the FBI.
So you think the players in the game are seeing these prediction markets and it's affecting their gameplay?
they 100% know, and then their friends and their family can be in these prediction
Unless
markets.
you're Shohei Ohtani, then you get off 100% scot-free.
No.
Yeah.
No,
But
it,
yes.
it was just his close friend and interpreter.
Oh, of course. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Was that the dude in
Baseball.
the Japanese
Dodgers.
guy, Japanese Babe Ruth. You don't know about this?
He's
man?
he's like Asian Aaron Judge. He's
No, he's Japanese Babe Ruth. He's a pitcher and a hitter.
right. I mean, like he's just as
Whoa.
big as Aaron Judge.
Shots fired.
And he's
Why is that shots fired?
he's the
pitcher and a hitter?
$700 million man.
Oh, that's great. And he's,
And he's like the
Japanese, I
most
it.
Japanese guy ever because he got a $700 million contract. You know, you give a contract to like that to like some athlete in America from the hood, like they're broke in like 2 weeks somehow. Like it's amazing. But he's like the most Japanese man ever. So he deferred almost all of the money. He only makes $2 million a year. Everything else is going to be paid to him later on with interest. You know, that's like
And
high
he'll
level
be able to open so many dry cleaners and nail salons,
laundromats. You know,
laundromats.
But I mean, as far as like WaPo, so Sean, you're saying that's not a big deal with WaPo. It's fine.
Well, look, there is a big deal when you're laying off journalists because as much as fun as it is to make fun of the media, like we don't do as commentary people original reporting. So like, even though you don't like a lot of these people, like I'm not going to a war zone to like report the facts of a war zone.
Well,
But
that's
they'll
not fair.
send some
There
of
you
these
have
people.
people out there. You have the Shirleys.
Yeah, but you're
and
going to
the
have fewer
Big
people.
Bs.
Well, Nick Shirley's not going to, Somalia, little Mogadishu, maybe.
That's a war zone.
Yeah, but like
Probably
you know,
smells
but
like a war zone.
a lot of people are not
Somalia.
going out to these things to do on the ground reporting, and Nick Shirley that blew up for him, sure, but like that's
Shirley.
like one instance, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you know, it could have gotten really violent if there were actually Somali children in those places. 'cause
But I guess with the advancement
they
of
get
tech,
they get real
Yeah.
sketchy.
It's inevitable, Sean. I think you're right. I think it's inevitable. And alluding to what you're saying, the AI is coming. AI is going to be writing the articles. They don't need dudes to sit there and do it. The AI can do the research 10 times faster, write the article, have another AI check it, have 5 other AIs check
I mean,
it.
that already happens when you ask Grok, or if you ask, you go to Google and just let it go in AI mode. Ask whatever question, who won this game, or what was the score, or what was the spread, like all that stuff's already
AI
happening.
can summarize emails now.
Yeah,
Like
in your phone.
It's
and we also
wild.
don't have to send boots on the ground and journalists. We can like literally send drones and
Kind
you know,
of.
cameras.
not
Kind
the
of.
same.
Yeah, it's not quite because you don't have the drones can't ask questions yet.
And the drones can't wear boots.
Fair.
Yet.
Yeah.
And the AI summarizing emails is like cool until you get like a 1-sentence email and the summary is like 4 sentences. And like, all right, guys, like
just read the email.
Google, what are you doing?
It's not always more efficient. Most of the time, it's more efficient.
I wonder what WaPo's direction is going to go. Like they need a
They're still
social
gonna-
network.
they're still
Bezos
gonna
needs
do
to
the same thing.
This is a win in this whole thing. I'm among the hundreds of people laid off by the Post. Emmanuel Felton, the WaPo's first race and ethnicity reported on X.
All right, that's
I knew
that's a
it.
victory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good you were laid off.
No.
If your whole entire, your whole entire job title is like reporting on racism,
What-
you got to go.
We don't need. We can just look at crime statistics on our own. What do we need a
Ba-dum-bum.
race and ethnicity report for that? I wasn't even trying to make a joke. I mean, yes, it's a joke.
And you get like what are those called? Not vultures, but those reporters that want crime, night crawlers. They'll
Yep.
go out looking for crime, and then there's a
Leftists?
movie about
Oh.
it. Jake Gyllenhaal, and he would actually make the crime happen so he could report on it. Someone's out there looking for racism.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's entire, college departments based on that. But humanities
Yep.
departments
Well,
are
like-
basically just like all about race and ethnicity and stuff now.
Like race instances and like journalism, like fact-based journalism, like you don't think they go together. You think they're like bananas and rice, but they kind of are like bananas and rice in that they go together when you really think about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Ian doesn't get it. That
What?
she
You
was an idiot.
Did you see the bananas and rice lady?
Oh
No,
God!
I
Was
suppose
it
it's
during
in
the
South
member
America.
show?
She's
You
in
never
jail
saw
now, isn't she?
Somali
I think so.
Smollett?
I think she got arrested.
No, I missed it. I
Oh,
must
God,
have
we
missed
gotta
that
watch
news
that in the
cycle. Is it
member
good?
What was
Let's
that,
watch it.
Smollett?
Somali Smollett.
Smollett.
Somaliette.
Yeah, the most Somali thing is bananas and rice.
Oh, I think I'm starting to remember.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.